It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. Off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Share this broadcast, and I miss you too. Yeah, I miss you too.
Ní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Olu has released the first batch of the Alibaba and 40 thieves. 28 of them. For those who said, Olu is a strategist. Olu is a talent discoverer. Olu is so intelligent that he's going to put together the best team that will rescue Nigeria from APC. Egbe. The list has come out, Baba. You will soon know the technocrats. Awole, Bewiri, retired career criminals. Omo, you can still share the broadcast.
Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like you. Oh, Baba Bewure. And yes,
28 names And there are already regular faces, the jihadists, the narcissistic, the regular, kleptomaniacs, career criminals. Some are missing, by the way. Mo ti dé o, ẹ kú ilé o, ẹ kú ìjọ́ mẹ́ta. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun, and this is live. See, you can still share this broadcast to your friends and your not so friendly friends. Some people call them frenemies. I don't know what you call them. Just share. And if you have already done that, you are welcome. Yes, 48 hours ago, I was with you. But a lot has happened after that, especially the last 12 hours. The last time I was here, I told you that they said Kolu was going into hibernation, seclusion or isolation, because he wanted to consult the gods to help him choose those who are going to come and help you renew your shege. It didn't take long. As at this morning, Bajabia Mule, with all the convoy, arrived at the National Assembly of Nigeria with the lists. Ordinarily, ministerial appointment and all these things, they are usually political compensation. Thank you for supporting me. Oh, thank you for being there. Oh, yeah, is your reward. It is never about good governance or development. It's mostly about, yeah, you are so loyal. Thank you. But somehow, there are some, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, with their uncles and aunties abroad as well. You know those ones we call the Mumumadus, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, those Olori Brukus that will stay abroad and continue to tell you that Rome was not built in a day. They will never relocate to that Nigeria. Never. They live abroad. Their family live abroad. Their business and everything is abroad. They just wanted you to remain as wretched as you are. And APC is doing that. To some of them, APC is a punisher. If you have any of them living abroad telling you that you are doing the right thing, following Kolu and the rest of them, well, you are about to also learn the lesson of your life. Yeah? So, they said Kolu is somebody who discovers talents. Kolu is somebody who will bring together technocrats. God punish them because there are so many other good kind of, acknowledgement, or so to say, that these guys have bastardized. Here you get, when you talk about integrity, they associate Bokwari with integrity. How is that? When you talk about progressives, democratic progressives, they associate Kolu with progressive and democracy. So those are the, you know what I mean? Anyway, finally, Kolu came out with the list of the technocrats, the people who are going to come and help you change Nigeria. The first one is Abubakar Momo. Next is Yusuf Matama. The next is Ahmed Dangiwa. Next is Anatu Musawa. Next is Ushe Unanji. The next is Bata Bibeta Edu, that the APC woman leader. The next is Doris Aniche Uzoka. After that is David or Devil Umayi of Ebonyi, who is also a senator, by the way. However, he's been nominated as a minister. For those who probably should remember, at a point, Devil Umayi was told that he was the Igbo anointed candidate for 2023. So he needed to prove that he could be trusted. So he decamped to APC. Egbekegbe. Afterward, he further sort of, oppressed his own people in a way that we use the word terrorized his own people to cover for the Fulani terrorists, ransacking Ebonyi State. All right, that's Devil Umayi. It will be a minister. Then, yes, some wiki that said, instead of me to join APC, it's like asking him that has malaria to go and join, join cancer, stage 4 cancer. Finally, Wirewike has joined the stage 4 cancer, the lily-livered, broken and destroyed PDP. You know, paper tigers, they are, right? Who can only bark and can't bite. Finally, Wirewike will be appearing as minister. So Badaru Abubakar, that one is the former governor, immediate past governor. I forgot his state, so it's going to be minister. Rufaya of Kaduna, is like the nightmare of the people of Southern Kaduna. Is not over, despite one of their sons appointed as one of the service chiefs in Nigeria. So Rufaya is coming back as minister. Then you have Ekperipe Ekpo, Nkiru Jiocha. You have Olubumi Tunji. You have Stella Okotete. You have Uju Kennedy Ohaneye. Then you have Bello Muhammad. You have Dele Alake, Latif Fagbemi, which happened to be one of, I think that one is the APC lawyer or Tifnumbu's lawyer. I don't know which of them, between Ronnie Pekun and Fagbemi. So, yes. Then you have Muhammad Idris, Olawale Edun, Wahid Adebayo Adelabu. You have Imam Suleiman Ibrahim. Okay. I will let Akpabiole, okay, give us the list. Then we can continue from there, ladies and gentlemen.
Distinguished colleagues, I am pleased to announce to the distinguished Senate and all Nigerians that Mr. President has sent a correspondence dated 27th day of July 2023 to this hallowed chamber, addressed to distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, President of the Senate, requests for confirmation of ministerial nominees. In compliance with the provisions of Section 147, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to forward to the Senate for confirmation the underlisted 28 ministerial nominees. 1. Abubakar Momo. 2. Is not stated. Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Tuka, CON. 3. Architect Ahmad Dangiwa. 4. Barrister Hanatu Musawa. 5. Chief Uche Naji. 6. Dr. Beta Edu. 7. Dr. Doris Anite Uzoka. 8. His Excellency David Omaye. 9. His Excellency Ezenwo Nyesom Wike. 10. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. 11. His Excellency Nasri Ahmed El Rufai, CON. 12. Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo. 13. Honorable Nkiru Onyechiocha. Onyechiocha. 14. Honorable Olubumi Tunji Ojo. 15. Honorable Stella Okotete. 16. Honorable Uju Kennedy Ohaneye. 17. Mr. Bello Muhammad Goronyo. 18. Mr. Dele Alake. 19. Mr. Latif Fagbemi, SAN. 20. Mr. Muhammad Idris. 21. Mr. Olawale Edu. 22. Mr. Wahid Adebayo Adelabo. 23. Mrs. Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. 24. Professor Ali Pate. 25. Professor Joseph Utsev. 26. Senator Abubakar Kyari. 27. Senator John Eno. 28. Senator Sani Abubakar Danladi. While noting that the above list is not exhaustive, and that additional nominations will be sent in due course. I hope that the aforementioned nominees will receive the expeditious consideration and confirmation of the Senate. Please accept, distinguished Senate President and distinguished senators, the assurances of my highest.
Now these two no follow the first list come. Sure you get, and there are others too. Okay, Gandola. It is being rumored that Gandola's compensation is going to be that of APC, Egbekegbe's chairmanship position. So Mo will begin to look at the color or the size of Unashege. I know a lot of them even have been expressing disappointment. I'm talking about APC, Egbekegbe themselves. So, are these the technocrats? Ashiwaju, they follow our handle. What is all this? And you know what they are saying to themselves? Everybody should relax. This one at the VC, so this one at the first list. VC list is still coming. Complementary list is coming. Others are also coming. So the disappointment is kind of overboard. But somehow, here you have your renewed shege. Number one, Tifnumbu and APC, Egbekegbe, they have no plan. No plan. You see, you would say, these ones are coming to come and help Tifnumbu's idea. Abi, in the last 2 months, you can tell, Abi, that Tifnumbu and his gang, they have no idea of what and how they really want to. But you see, the last time when they said they are giving you student loan, and then I said that they were going to increase your school fees anyway. So even if you're not paying if you're not paying it before, you start paying. So they increased the tuition. But you see that word tuition, that word tuition, which is school fees, they now single that out. Why they increase all other charges by over 124%. In some places, so by over 400%. Sure you get. They now dash in front of school fees. Nil. So Tifnumbu came out and said they are not the ones who increased your school fees. It's your school that increased them. They didn't tell them to. And in fact, they shouldn't have even increased it yet, because we haven't perfected our plan on student loan. Now look at the crop of thieves. Some said, I still like that Wike. You know, Wike is Mr. Project. If you see how many flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 12. So with a Wike is, some are even saying, go and mark it down. With a Wike is going to be the Minister of Works. Do you remember when Bokwari didn't appoint minister or anybody for about 6 months and opened the door, your vote, what do you call it? Yeah. The resources and the treasury of Nigeria to his family members and his in-laws and the rest of them. When he finally started making those announcements, do you remember that there was Fashola, there was Amechi, there was, who else was dead as one of those one day? Anyway, Amechi and Fashola. A lot of you who they fooled that time or allowed yourself to be fooled and played, you were so kind of like, with these two, today, they left Nigeria more dilapidated than ever, more indebted than ever, poorer than ever, to the point that 90% of what they took Nigeria and buried Nigeria into debt, indebtedness for 90% of them, of those projects, wherever they exist at all, are uncompleted. They even have a number. They said over 18,000 projects that they borrowed money, that they stole, were left uncompleted. Almost all of them. So now that you have Escobars, the what do you call it? Your new sheriff in town, the pickpocketing chief, the one that practically said they need to slow down your economy, widen the tax bracket, and then reduce the purchasing power of the people, which is so kind of very much similar to what he's been doing. Now they are bringing thieves, career thieves, who have looted their own states, running away from that justice, getting under the cover and the wing of a known drug lord and career criminal called Tinubu. So you have them, and if they ask you, which of the policy of Kolu have you kind of, or do you think any of these guys is coming to do, or kind of do better? Which of them? There is no technocrat that you will see with any drug dealer. That's what you should know. If anybody is telling you that somebody, a drug dealer, drug lord, or a kleptomaniac, career politician, that they have no. Who they have are different kinds of criminals who are going to serve different purposes when they have that level of power. Yeah, they are not coming to build Nigeria. They are coming to bury Nigeria. And whether you like it or not, okay, just pray that you live long enough to witness this. You see, the other day, Seyi Tinubu was kind of reassuring you that the change you voted for. I'll play that.
I want to thank you for the faith you have in our president. And I guarantee you, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not fail. Nigeria, the hope that we've been looking for and hoping for is here. The president that we've all wanted is here. I guarantee you, my brother. I want to thank.
He can't guarantee you anything. All right? You see, everybody is taking their own space, and then what have you now before they start unleashing them on you. Okay? It's so sad that some of you are going to be celebrating them, like making yourself feel like maybe something is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. Right now, in town, all over the place. Okay? From Emilokon. Somebody said that has now changed to Enikolumo. Now, for those who are shouting Emilokon, 3-4 months ago, a lot of them are now saying Enikolumo. You see, Emilokon is my turn. When you say Emilokon is my turn. Now, the whole thing is changing to Enikolumo, which is loosely translated as only those affected by the situation of Nigeria right now. Now, only them knows, or only them can tell you what has actually hit them in the last 2 months. You need to see the cries. And it is so kind of funny. Because it is funny when you see how those who were talking with confidence, those who were so cursive, combatant, and violent in their fake, bigoted belief in Kolu. You know, they hide a lot behind that. until everybody started knowing that no, this doesn't make any sense. A lot of them today, when you now see them trying to advise Kolu, Mr. President, we want you to remember that we suffered for you. A lot of people are laughing at us. You need to do something now. Any palliative, anything you want to give because of this, you need to do them now. Somebody should please advise him. You see that video I played you just now, That is the video of Sheyi. Now, under that video online, you will see some of these guys. They were begging Sheyi that probably just got high at some point. I mean, got high, and it was like, oh, well, these people just abuse my papa. Now I'm going to go kill off all of your papa. All of them, they abuse my papa. Might do one video for them, say, boys, guys, my brother, the hope that we voted for is here. The Kiniko is here. Am I wrong?
I want to thank you for the faith you have in our president, and I guarantee you, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not fail. Nigeria, the hope that we've been looking for and hoping for is here. The president that we've all wanted is here. I guarantee you, my brother.
Bruv, you can't guarantee shit. You know that. You can't guarantee any shit. So people, all these guys now went on that video online and they were begging Sheyi to talk to his daddy. Omo. Ridiculous, eh? They were begging him. Ojueko, you know we trust you. Ojueko, we want you to talk to daddy. Ojueko, we are hungry. Ojueko, people want to die here with hunger. Ojueko, you know that I suffered. I voted for daddy. Please tell daddy to quickly give us, make daddy come and help us. I was like, just go there, you'll be laughing. But on the other hand, those ones, those angry Nigerians, frustrated, they don't look Sheyi face at all. Look at this one. He don't drink codeine. He don't high on his own papa supply. Look at him. Remove your cap. We'll see your face clearly. You see? Don't use what your papa does. You know that kind of people, they are angry. But like I said, Sheyi just goes, maybe he just go high to some extent. Just felt like, oh, well, this Olori Brukus just abuse my papa anyhow. President's son. Things are really, really tough. You know that, Abi? But according to Kolu, you shouldn't be so kind of too angry. These are just baby steps. But can I explain? You see these ministers, I'm going to give you some scenarios of what you are about to face. I'll paint the picture. Call me any name you want to call me. All right? I'll tell you something. Back in the days, let's say 80 years ago, APC was kind of relatively unknown. They were popular. So it was like, what did they worry you? Everybody knows that PDP has destroyed Nigeria. You, Maiyegun, let's give them chance. Maiyegun, it's true. Nobody is this and that. That was 8 years ago. I was adamant. I said, Papa, they understand me. People that destroyed Nigeria, they didn't destroy Nigeria from Abuja. They destroyed Nigeria from every part of Nigeria, right from that your local government. And everybody is talking about Nigeria this, Nigeria that, Nigeria this, bad people, bad leader, bad kiniko. Well, a lot of you don't like mentioning their names. Here you get. So you are like, everybody is the same. It's okay. Just leave them. It's all the same. So 10 years ago, I was like, I would never believe those who have profited from the failed leadership in Nigeria. I will never trust them when they promise that they want to fix the same place. It's not possible. Fixing the whole place means they will actually send themselves to jail. But you see, we need to rescue this country. Look at Boko Haram. Boko Haram is killing everybody. Maiyegun, let's just give them a chance. Don't give them any chance. You are done for. Look at them. So it wasn't popular then, you know. It wasn't popular. I wasn't popular. Not like popular, like no, I was known. I was known for being somebody who is against the change that millions of Nigeria dreamt about and is now here. This Maiyegun is in the UK criticizing it. What is wrong with you? It didn't take long before a lot of them started turning around. It's true, Maiyegun. It is true. I mean, you said it. Anyway, you said it. True, you said it. Blah, 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 until some of them started coming around. So whatever it is that is currently playing out in your heads because of the APC, Ebekebe School-Aid, now that they are not even popular, now that they are actually like being rejected, do you not get it? APC didn't win 2023 elections. Because there was, if you want to put, there was actually no elections. You didn't win. That's how much people rejected you. They defeated you in Lagos, where your Lord and Savior was supposed to have been like nobody should have challenged to even come close. They defeated him mercilessly. Can't you see that? They beat Bokwari in his own state, Katsina, after 80 years as president. They beat him silly there too. In Kaduna, where Littlefinger came from, they beat them silly there too. In Kano, they got beaten in Kano. In Rivers State, where the Wike comes from, they beat them there. Can't you see? Where did you win? Exactly. Where go did you get all of that from? Nobody, like, and you can tell you are not popular. Maiyegun is now here again, telling you that, you see, whatever shege you saw under Bokwari, you see this particular one, he go wear blouse and skirts, come tie wrapper, come wear tights underneath. You go see him, you go smell him. Baba? I don't know if I should pray for long life for you. Because Kolomatori Yadawasi, a lot of you are going to be alive for the next 8 years as the good reason why they will keep saying Nigeria is poverty capital of the world. Prayers don't change what these guys are doing to you. That's what Maiyegun keeps telling you. It's not, I'm not wishing you anything bad. I am not wishing you any evil. But you see these guys, they wish you no good. You know, there's difference between wish. Okay? Oh, I wish. But there's difference between wishing and doing. And that is why I keep saying that for those who are religious, keep your religion out of politics. I know these guys out there use that and manipulate you very well. And to you, you will think you are defending your religion. You will know you are defending the criminals who have already programmed you that way. Don't wish. Hey, Maiyegun, are you wishing that? Are you saying that? It doesn't matter what I say or wish. It is what these guys are doing to you. If I wish you to prosper in life, they removed subsidy. Your life tumbled overnight. So, did you wish for that? Did you wish that you will be trekking and suffering that you are facing right now? Did you wish for that? That's what they wish on you. And that's exactly what is happening to you. So it's not about wishing. It's not about praying. It is about using your sense and using your brain. Like, use it. You know what they say about brain, They say brain. You see, this is our brain. They say it's a very, very powerful tool. Very powerful. It can do, think, solve, fix, anything. But you know the problem here is this. Not be everybody, they use their own. You get that? But in the space of politics, when you fail to use your brain, somebody else will use it for you. They go con dey remote control your brain. You go no go con get sense. You get brain, but no sense. Because somebody else is using it, using that brain. You know? So when you see criminal politicians, with what they are actually doing and the consequences of what they are doing on you, Baba, don't turn to people and say, are you wishing us? It's not about what I wish you. It isn't. It is about what you wish yourself and what you do towards that wish. A lot of you wanted to plant. You wanted to plant agbalumo, sherry. Abi you wanted to plant yam and turn around and start harvesting gold. That's exactly how they have programmed you. Unfortunately. It is what they wish on you that happens. If they want your life to turn upside down, they make their policy there. That policy, when they roll it out, you begin to look around and say, what is this? So, help us, so, and all of that. So that I want to explain your scenario to you very well now. Shebi, you know that if you are a member of National Assembly in Nigeria, the lower house, House of Reps, like legit, you'll be going home every month with at least 15 million naira. Now that they have increased your salary by 114%, they will pay you close to 20 million naira every month in all of the allocation that you have awarded, they've awarded to themselves. As senator, they will normally go home with between 27 and 30 million naira. Now that they have increased their salary, they probably will be going home with over 40 million naira each. Now, if you look at sorry, I quickly want to say hello to Manuel Ferreira. Thank you very much for that super chat, by the way. So, those ones are like the cankerworm and termites that are always there, because whatever money anybody wants to spend, will go through them, and they what? Now, when you come to ministers, you see those ones, the way they work. They are not working to help you or change your lives. That is why you will never really see any of their policy, whether it is on health or on education or even on infrastructure or anything at all. It is all come and shop, and it is deeper. Where one senator is going home every year with something roughly around 360 to 400 million naira every year. One senator, 400 million. A minister, that is cooking figures on non-existing, non-existing projects, will get the approval of those criminals there anyway. Then under each ministry where they are, there is this huge racket that seems like nobody can solve ever. And it is called payroll fraud. The moment you become a minister, you see those who are in that ministry, permanent secretary, clinical secretary, who are all doing the fraud. They will bring it to you. That's just one. And because there's something called procurement, you see that procurement is another avenue where they are milking, stealing, and where the heavy lifting is happening. Now, a minister is like somebody who is like a mini governor. Here you get. And you have 40 of them. Then you have another 40 of them as junior, making them 80 of them. Now, throughout Bokwari's time, the one in charge of Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs was collecting 500 billion naira every year. The money she was supposed to share to poorest people in Nigeria. And guess what? for those 7 or 6 years they were sharing the money, to this day, they are telling people that 90% of the beneficiaries have no bank accounts. You just give them cash at hand. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You see, you expect these guys to come in. Here is another one. When they said that they were borrowing money to build trains for you, was from China. Okay? Now, you know you owe China money, Abi. Now, China that is giving you the money for building rail and all that they are building, their own agreement is that it is a build and then, kind of operate and hand over kind of, but it will be behind the scene. So what I mean is that China's money that China borrowed Nigeria, it's like an investment. So they didn't give the money to Nigeria. They gave the money to their own construction, to their own engineers companies who now got the contracts for the rail from Nigeria. Here you get. But you see, as they are taking that from China, every year, Ministry of Transportation in Nigeria is also budgeting money that is more than what they are borrowing from China. And they call it railway transportation, re-engineering, rejuvenation, kiniko billion. Here you get. It just put that every year, to the point that the trains in Nigeria are receiving money for repairs. Here you get, in billions. And the ones the Chinese are building, they are also budgeting money for their completion. Yeah? So the whole thing is like that racket that you will never see. Now, may I give you another example? Remember that guy that single-handedly defrauded the whole country? Adisirika, with a logo of aircraft. Ask yourself, how was that even possible? Where did he get the money? How did he get the money? Who approved the money? How did the NEC approve the money? When they knew that he actually had nothing to show that Nigeria is having airline. It is called the power that they give to them to come and loot and do whatever you like. Just do something. Here you get. Just do something. And in all of this, it's further widening the space of those whose only job is to take advantage of everything facing Nigerians right now, not to find solution and fix them. Forget it. Fix waiting. Fix waiting. Something that is actually giving them money. So when you begin to now see the faces of those they are putting up, the question you should ask yourself is this. If I ask you this, can you please, in all honesty, quote at least 4 or 5 policies of Tinubu in his campaign that you yourself is familiar with? Not all this your analysis. What is Kolu's policy on education? What is Kolu's policy on security? The other day, he went to Kenya, to the African Union meeting, and he was there shouting, "We must end coup. We must end coup." Kolu's policies for defense is similar to that of Bokwari. I would like to explain. During Bokwari's time, Nigeria military, their primary job is not to defend Nigeria. Listen, their primary mandate from the day Bokwari came in and he started picking them was to protect the regime. Remember the last time Bokwari was in power, being the first military criminal to overthrow the democratically elected government in Nigeria. Bokwari was the first military to overthrow a democratic government in Nigeria. It didn't last longer than 30 months. So immediately he came back in, those he was speaking as his own service chiefs, their primary job was to protect the regime, not to protect Nigeria. That is secondary. In fact, it made them rich. Here you get. You were seeing the skyrocketed defense budgets. But instead of the crime or terrorism to reduce as the budget for defense was increasing and increasing in a poor country like Nigeria, okay, where they were spending times 10, if no more than that, of what they spend on education, healthcare combined, on security, on defense. As the security budget was growing up, the terrorism that was supposed to be going down also started going up. In fact, it opened up other different kind of terrorists in Nigeria under them. So it made them money. They made so much money. Buratai the butcher has so much money. Here you get. Under Bokwari. Under Tifnumbu, the same military are pledging to protect its government, not to protect Nigerians. And that's why some people believe that, you see, all of these generals that you see today in Nigeria, Colonel and the rest, majority of them, they are actually politicians or political contractors. A lot of them, unfortunately, became what they are based on the political connections they've had or maintained over time. And there are reports of those who did have all those connections but never considered for any kind of leadership position in these agencies, organizations or so. So, Kolu was in Kenya and he told them, we must end coup. I said, could that be his foreign policy? I said something earlier. I said, if you know any of his policies that are going to directly impact on you, don't look at the criminal, because that's what you do. If Devulu Mayi should be minister of, just same way you were thinking. Isaleiko Barack Obama, Ajangbadi Albert Einstein, Fashola. Was that not how you thought? Super minister. Ministry of what? Ministry of power. Ministry of what's it again? Bowl. And they said, you will see how he's going to turn it around. You will see how they're going to shake it. I said, with what? Turn what around? So eventually, he ended up as the first Nigeria minister of darkness, potholes, and homelessness. So after that, Inka, where did that end now? So a lot of you are looking at them and probably allocating ministry to them and the rest right now. And Maiyegun is here. Which of that policy are they coming to really implement? And I don't know if you know this, by the way. Kolu is about to borrow 10 trillion naira. Show it is not rumor. I just remembered now. They need to borrow 10 trillion naira to fund the 2023 budget. It is called supplementary budget. It's going to write that, and Pabioli are going to approve it. I just thought I should tell you, in case if you don't. So all of these guys are coming in, okay, to further rip you off. But talking about foreign policy, was his policy about prevention of a coup in Africa or in West Africa? So the last time he was making that mouth in Kenya, remember I said, Chen Bowiri, person the year now go to say, person no get legitimacy. He's talking like somebody who is probably like lost or something, yeah? It doesn't look like somebody you can call a president of anywhere, you know? And I bet nobody probably took him serious, except for those who took his money and they were there to make him whatever, you know? We must stop Queen West Africa, turning with Mbawi. Few days ago, another coup don't happen for Niger Republic. They have removed Bokwari's brother. They have removed him from Niger. Remember that Bokwari said he will go back to Niger if anybody come after him. Now they don't cancel Niger for Bokwari. Now he can't go to Niger. If they even go to Niger, now arrest them, go arrest him. Because under Bukwari, Niger Republic, who happened to be the cousins of Bukwari, Niger Republic became the 37th state of Nigeria. You see, as they are sharing your allocation to all the states in Nigeria, there are states in northern Nigeria, Kebbi, Sokoto, Gombe, Borno, and the rest of them. They will pack your money and they will give them to Niger Republic as handouts. I'm not joking. They were budgeting inside the Sokoto State House of Assembly, Kebbi State House of Assembly, Borno State. In all these places, they are debating package for Niger Republic. It was so fun. They named the streets after Bukwari in Niger Republic. So I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened. The khaki boys, the soldiers, they were just like, no. But usually what happened is that a majority of them have used dubious and criminal ways to access power. Now, when they access that power, they don't give a damn about anybody. They get so kind of comfortable to the point that some of them just kind of feel like they could even change the constitution of their country to stay in power. That kind of power. Like what you have in Nigeria right now, where somebody rigged himself in. And then he seems to have kind of managed to buy off supposed institutions that should be acting as checks and balances in your name, right? He's bought them off. So he was in Kenya and he said this, just a quick flashback. Then we'll go to Niger Republic, then we'll come back to Nigeria. Then we'll go elsewhere too. Have you shared this broadcast, by the way? Have you?
We will not allow coup after coup West Africa separation. We will take this up seriously with African Union and it's to the European Union and Britain and America. Take it up. It's a challenge. Yes, democracy is very tough to manage, but it's the best form of government. And we also ascribe to it. We should make a pledge here that in furtherance of our region's economic recovery and growth, we will commit to democracy and promote democracy and rule of law. I am with you. In Nigeria, we are back. Thank you, and thank you very much. We must bite back. We can't sit like toothless bulldog and ECOWAS. For the confidence reposed in me, I pledge to you, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that I will do my best. I am just new. This is my first. I'm giving a surprise package. We work collectively to pursue inclusive economic integration of West Africa, sub-region. We should
what's that? We should pursue whatever. I don't even know how to quote him. Yeah, that was called about 2 weeks ago when he went to this West Africa, not even in Kenya, by the way. That was before then. Guinea, was that Guinea Conakry or something? West Africa, this or that. Well, the guys have, right now in West Africa, you have Guinea. Coup don't happen there. They don't chase democracy away. Burkina Faso, they've had their own coup, chased away their own politicians. Mali, Those ones have even gone so further by even removing French as their official language. So those ones have also chased their politicians away. Now, Niger Republic, like Nigeria, those ones have also chased away their own criminal politician. Now only Nigeria and Ghana and the rest are still keeping together the democracy. So I can't say the wave of that is blowing around, but the level of injustice, election rigging, economic sabotage and destruction, corruption, and the rest of them that have sort of increased tension across the land. So people are asking, can there be a coup in Nigeria? Would you support a coup in Nigeria? Okay, we'll come back to that. Let us explain the level of shege that is still loading. And if anything, by any chance, should lead to anyone sinking fellow Nigerians, it will further desecrate, or what do you call it, Nigeria. My explain now. We are kind of loaded, or should I say, we should all be looking forward to an era of serious dramas when these guys, when this whole list or whatever is finally concluded and all that. There are names that people have seen, and it kind of give them like what's going on. For example, El Rufaya as a minister under Tinubu. They say no be permanent friend and permanent enemy and all of you, but I'm going to play you this. Then we're going to come back to this.
We're in the same party. We get along very well, as far as I know.
Do you want him retired? Is he godfather of Lagos?
I don't know if he's the godfather of Lagos. It's up to him to say that. What I know for sure is that we have retired godfathers in Kaduna. And I have told those that asked me the question that there are 6 million registered voters in Lagos and only 1 million voted in the last election. So there are 5 million people that you can bring into the electoral playground, and you can defeat anyone if you work hard. But it's hard work, it's 4 years. That's what I said. Now, if anyone feels offended by that, that's his business or her business.
So you want Lagos to follow your template for retirement of godfather?
I have no recommendations to Lagos. Okay, I am the governor of Kaduna State. I know Kaduna politics pretty well, and I play my role in my party towards the overall success of the party. I have no recommendations for anyone. I'm just saying that if I'm asked a question and I give an answer, anyone that feels offended by the answer, this is all business. I have no apologies. I don't apologize for my views. My views are thought out and I put them there, and I don't have to explain anything to anyone. This is a democracy. In a democratic space, there must be room for people to express their views. You can disagree, you can abuse me if you don't like my views, but that's it.
This guy is one snake that ordinarily, right now, there should have been efforts on how to actually hold him responsible for all of his crimes. He was governor, so nobody could touch him. Now he's going to be a minister under Kolu. I don't know what he had on them or on him. I mean, I wouldn't know. But El Rufaya, as a minister under Kolu, I can tell you where this is headed. It's just a matter of time. And same thing with Werewike. Wiki has so much baggage and baggages. But with the current Nigeria, the way Nigeria is right now, just like some of you are obedient, said you are fighting for your life, you are fighting for your future, you are fighting for your life, the fight of your life, this election. These guys, it was also the fight of their own lives too. And for somebody like Wiki, it would have been on the run if to say Kolu didn't get this old gig tight that they could rig it this much. Wiki would have been on the run. But somehow, is calling himself the cat with 9 lives in Rivers State before the election. EFCC, they declared his own anointed candidate, who is now the governor of Rivers State. They declared him wanted because of over 400 billion naira Rivers State money that couldn't be accounted for. Of course, there are those who came from Rivers State and they will say, but it's our money. What's the business of anybody? We love him like that. Of course you do. You love your criminals differently, no doubt. You know? But the fact here is that a criminal like that, just like Amici got away with his, is getting away with his too. Unfortunately, now the Rivers people who have been told that in this 2023, they should be so proud that they have 12 flyovers. Anyway, going forward, you also have this, well, let's talk about those who didn't make it, which kind of make people feel like, say, don't be use and dump with this. For example, Festus or fraudsters Otobokeyamo. When, for those who witnessed the activities of Otobokeyamo, and when it comes to this Tifnumbu and this APC, a quick frame. It was Festus Otobokeyamo that sued Lagos State House of Assembly, okay, for clearing Tifnumbu of certificate forgery that Chief Gani Fawemi was taking him on at the time. He sued the Lagos State House of Assembly, and anyway, I think he lost. But that was him, right? Challenging the Oluwole certificate of Tifnumbu at the time. Then he became the defender of Bokwari. Like magic, a lot of people who saw that at the time were just like, wow, unbelievable, it happened. And instead of him to be compensated, okay, it wasn't. Until when people started mocking him. Then Bokwari called him and made him junior minister to Ngige. So for those who actually knows them, right? They said if you go to the Ministry of Labor, rather, you will see the minister office is upstairs. The junior minister, which is Otobokeyamo, is at the corner when you walk into at the ground floor. So he doesn't even go there. He's a minister. He doesn't go there like, I don't want to. So he's like other hustlers in Abuja that way, right? Whereby he had to at the point he had to go and draft when people started abusing him and mocking him like, are you not a minister of a labor? Are you not supposed to? What have you done? What are you doing? You no get job. So he now said he's planning to employ 1,000 Nigerians from 774 local governments across Nigeria, making it 774,000 Nigerians that will get employment from him. What would they be doing? They will be cleaning gutters with wheelbarrows and all that, and they will get paid 20,000 naira. Keyamo was so on top of the moon. But it was fraud that he ended up having to cash out over 20 billion naira from all. So anyway, it was as useless as a tissue paper under Bokwari. So he became a troll on social media. He became almost a blogger, a minister. And the obedient, we were kind of holding him. It's like holding his clothes here every day. They drag him like that. Sanda Lily, and the rest of that. But he was a minister. So he started sharing fake news to defend Kolu. Okay? I mean, a lot of people actually felt like this wasn't the Otobokeyamo they knew. I was like, no, it's the same. Everybody's in Oslo. Listen, somebody said something, I read something online earlier, and that thing actually was so true. And what did that person say? He said that a lot of us, okay, a lot of us are just this little, just one tiny move from becoming what we condemn. You know what I mean? Maiyegun, that Maiyegun, some will say, that Maiyegun, there is nobody that is good in front of that Maiyegun. Everybody is bad. Now only him good. Sure, you get to some people, they believe that everybody is bad to me. They are talking about their criminal leaders, by the way. Like, I just say everybody is bad, but only me is good. I never said that. But that's how they see it, okay? So, but for somebody like, what do you call it? Hang on. I'm picking something up quickly.
Nigeria will see positive changes as we move along. Just go through these baby steps of pain. Baby step of pain. Me too, I'm taking baby steps as the president. Not marching in a hurry. Be ready. Nigeria will see positive changes as we move along. Just go.
Prayer is that let the poor breathe. And then Senator Mustafa has seconded that the poor should breathe. Those who are in support of the additional prayer that the poor should be allowed to breathe, say aye. And those who are against, say nay. The ayes have it, the poor must be allowed to breathe. Prayer is that let the poor breathe. And then Senator Mustafa has seconded that the poor should breathe.
That's what he's doing. They are mocking the poor. So yeah, this person was like, a lot of us are just this very tiny step away from the people we condemn or criticize. And I was like, oh my, it's true. That it only takes one simple hypocrisy before we become the people we are actually like condemning. And I was like, okay. I put myself into it. I mean, inside that, so that it doesn't look like, but that would never be me, ever. Like, what would be that attraction to then end up having to defend the same criminals, still amodada? Like, what is that thing? What kind of midlife crisis would you come to? And for example, what kind of midlife crisis would I kind of encounter in my life? Then that I will turn on my camera and I'll begin to tell you how great Tinubu is, how amazing. People, I am so sorry. I didn't know them. When I got closer, I realized that what kind of midlife crisis would I be in? Because mostly it's probably not about money. Sure, you get. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's about money, because for somebody like Otobo and the rest of them, it could be about money. But it depends on what you see money as. For somebody like me now, if you say, I know fancy house, I know fancy all these things that some of them actually fancy, right? What is that thing that would then make money so like, I don't know. I'm just saying, she midlife crisis in it. Like maybe, I don't know. But somebody said that and I was like, oh, no wonder. So Otobo Keyamo was not found worthy of anything that is meritorious and say he merited that. This is based on merit. It's mostly about compensation. And he went mad. Even though he's a minister under Bukwari, serving minister, he was everywhere for this Kolu. She Kolu no fit make a minister. They said, no, it's okay. There's still another list coming. Second list. What about for food Kayode? Femi Foni Kayode? That one. Or more. Again, may we not become what we condemn. is a very, I mean, it must be about midlife crisis. See. Sure you get? Because for Food Kayode and what he said before that phone call, then when he got that phone call, how he ran mad. Somebody we no get a polling unit, we no get what is it called? You no get any polling unit or what have you, any polling ward in political ward in Ilefe, Osun State that he come from. But Femi didn't make it as well for Food Kayode. And that got some tongues wagging, like, Kilo day, say no, another list is still coming. Another list is coming. What about Gandola, the Babanriga mobile banking CEO of Kano? No, they wanted Gandola to be the party chairman. How is it complete in here? Gandola chairman. Escobar president. Bin Laden vice. Akpabiole Senate president. Abasi speaker. Where's his left? The team is coming together gradually anyway. So I'm just saying, now they expect them, say maybe God go touch them. Maiyegun is here to tell you God has left them. Now still they think, say, maybe God see them. And for those who said that, you remember when they would say, now God, they choose your leaders. And I was the one who told you that it is not true. If you see any Olori Bruku that tells you that it is God that chooses your leaders, if you have a chance, maybe if you will be like me, just tell them that then God must hate Nigeria and Nigerians. That he has to give you horrible people, heartless people, and then expect you to pray to him to change them. When they ask this guy that what advice do you have for the future generation or coming generation? And he told them, he said, the best advice I have for them is not to come. Do you understand what I mean? The future of Nigeria the future of Nigeria that these guys have mortgaged, the children that you are bringing to this world that they have no plan for. Even when you have planned for your own children, you have planned for them, then Nigeria will happen. When Nigeria happened to you, and that's it. You realize that Nigeria has no plan for them, even though they've taken away the plan from you. So if they ask you what is the advice you have for the future generation or the coming generation in Nigeria, the best advice I will give is that they shouldn't come, or they should relocate. And probably, they shouldn't come. That is what these guys have done. And when you begin to see the atrocities of these individuals and the possible influence they will wield within that same Escobar, what have you, Baba, now die, everybody day. I played a video for you just now. It is the same Akpabiole. Let me give you one background. When Akpabiole became the minister of Niger Delta, it was a compensation like what they are giving to Wiriwike now. When Akpabiole left, Akwa Ibom as their governor in 2015, Udom, his own godson, was made governor, even though there were some skirmishes and all that. So anyway, then Akpabiole was haunted by the new APC government for what he did in Akwa Ibom as governor. He stole over 200 billion naira of Akwa Ibom's money. And they were actually taking him up on it. He was attending the EFCC case. Then in 2017, they told him he needed to switch if he doesn't want to go to jail. So what did he do? He decamped. to APC, Egbekegbe, joined the campaign train of Bokwari for second term. When Bokwari got himself rigged in, and he was rewarding those who made that happen, they made Akpabiole Minister of Niger Delta. Ladies and gentlemen, Ude Jamila Raje. Within a space of just 2 years, Akpabiole and his boys, they have already looted over 4 trillion naira. 4 trillion naira. That it was so huge, right? That they have to launch a probe, you know. It's okay. Honorable Minister, it's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. When he started telling the panel that we pay all of you now, so we do them now. We don't take care of you. All these questions you are asking, if you talk to the rest of your guys, they will tell you don't need to ask me all that question. You're asking me that question. You want me to tell you? Are you sure? Do you remember that video? And that was the end of that investigation. You see, whatever that 4 trillion naira for the space of 4 years, that means 2 years, or not even 4, that they were supposed to spend in Niger Delta, develop the place. Akpabiole and his boys actually shared that. Now, from somebody who stole 200 billion in 8 years as governor, then he became a minister, and they accused his ministry of mismanaging 4 trillion naira that was supposed to be spent or expended in developing Niger Delta in a space of 2 years. Is the Senate president right now. You know what that means, right? So when you give all these rogues, when you make them your ministers and all of that, you go hear them. Now when they are sitting, they believe that to now resolve your problems, to solve your problems, then they need to move a bill, so that they can let you breathe. Like, what a joke.
Prayer is that let the poor breathe. And then Senator Mustafa has seconded that the
let be poor breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
Prayer is that let the poor breathe. And then Senator Mustafa has seconded that the poor should breathe. Those who are in support of the additional prayer that the poor should be allowed to breathe, say aye. And those who are against, say nay. The ayes have it, the poor must be allowed to breathe. Prayer is that let the poor breathe.
They are moving a motion to let the poor breathe. It's okay. Some are saying that when are the people hitting the streets? Say, well, when they can no longer hold it together anymore. But when would that be? I don't know. Let us all continue to complain like this, Abi.
This is artificial traffic caused by President Tinubu. He lives in Asokoro. He has not moved to the villa yet. And every morning while he comes to work, they block the road for like 30 minutes. And when he's going back in the evening, they also block the road for like 30 minutes. So you guys going to your office, you get to stay on the road for like 1 hour just to wait for President Tinubu to go to work every day. You can see the line. Every day. It happens every day. Every day. Every day. How do we continue in this? Because one man wants to go to work. He refused to move into Aso Rock. He goes to work from his house. You now have to block people from going to their own offices. Man, this is very bad. Very bad. I've been here for 25 minutes. I'm still going to wait again for another 20 minutes. Nigeria. It's very...
Nigeria will see positive changes as we move along. Just go through these baby steps of pain. Baby step of pain. Me too, I'm taking baby steps as the president. Not marching in a hurry. Be ready. Nigeria will
is not in a hurry. And from what I am reading from a lot of people, you wish is in a hurry. Because the level of hardship you are witnessing right now, you no get patience. No be so? Well, I thought I was coming to see the list of technocrats. I didn't know that I was coming to see the names of kleptomaniacs or kleptocrats. So maybe when they bring you to another list, should say the matter money. Or maybe when they start giving them their portfolio, maybe by then they will now be able to think of how they are going to help you. Now, listen to this. In some of what they are already pushing, they are adding 10,000 naira to the salaries of government workers. So if you're working for government as a civil servant, they will add 10,000 naira to your salary. They are also reducing the days all of you will be coming to work. Tinubu is said that, is said to have released grains, rice, cassava, gari, ewa, and all of that, that they have released them. Unfortunately, you can't even track them. But they said NEMA should give you food if you really need food support. I just don't know where you should go to or how you can get that. But they are already telling the world that they have shared 500 million grains, which include rice, beans, gari, maize, cereal, and all that stuff, Sha. So I don't know where you're going to get that from, but according to them, it's already being shared. They also have, I don't know why I keep reminding you, because you need to know, the shege that is there, if you are looking for their palliative, the few ones they have announced, I'm telling you right now, 500,000 hectares of land for farming. You might need to go and register for one too. But if you are probably waiting for the ministers to come together and then tell you how they want to give you palliative, Baba, hey, I don't know how to tell you. But you go tough, gun you. Sure you get. I don't know how to say it to you, but I still just have to. There is no hope coming from anywhere. Shungbo. There is no hope or anything. Whatever they are saying, there is nothing coming from anywhere. Now, the way they walk, I'll tell you the way they walk. All right? They're like, it's like a Ponzi scheme. Okay? Now that they have the power, they have the chance of using the resources of Nigeria, the little they can use to entice entice you, is that they will send a message across all their party secretariats across Nigeria. Then they will now move some of the things they told you they are giving to Nigerians. Those ones are Nigerians too, Abi. So they will now move some of them in this smaller bag, right? Rice, gari, or beans, in a smaller cup like that. And they will give to them in those places, okay? And they will take pictures and then they will come back and tell you, you see what we have done? The poorest of the poorest have been taken care of. And that cost us 1 trillion naira. Who are you going to ask that it is not up to 1 trillion naira? Who? Now, you will be hearing them spending trillion and trillion. And then you'll be looking around you and will be wondering, Baba, so far, who are those benefiting from these things they are saying? Who are the poorest of the poorest they are mentioning? But look around me now. Here you get. I was reading some of these, start journals, okay, that usually pop up in my subscription as well, right? And it was about, the poverty index in Nigeria. Baba, you may not believe this, but you should, okay? From that report, they said 68.7% of people who are living in Ogun State, they are living in abject, chronic, multi-dimensional poverty. And I believe there are so many people currently that are going through this hell in so many parts of Nigeria. And in fact, the Yoruba land that we believe that our people will always have alternative and all that. That's not anymore. People are suffering for real. So when I saw that data, I was like, oh my God, Ogun State, we have been so unlucky, right? And if you know what is the best, what do you call it, the real best job in Ogun State right now, is political job. Be a political jobber, a vuvuzela or anything, you will get rewarded. Apart from that, you will see young men, well, for those who actually have something doing, you see young men and women wasting away as well. 68.7% of people of Ogun State people are living in poverty. Melolowa Kukadi Zamfara. How far are we from Zamfara then? Zamfara State, okay. 68.7. Zamfara is 98.5. It's like almost 100% of the people living in Zamfara are poor, including government workers. Can you believe that? Almost. So maybe the only 1.1% of those who are not poor are the politicians who are sharing the money from the states. How far are we now from all this poorest and poorest not? If 68% of people in Ogun State are poor. Anyway, I checked that of Lagos too. And they said that over 59, nearly 60% of people living in Lagos are living in abject poverty. Poverty to you and poverty to Lenyoke. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. Enyoke means that if you have the top teeth, for example, when you are growing your teeth, right? If you're one of the teeth, one of the teeth, right? The front one in the front, that top one is the first you grow. You believe that somebody like you cannot just say any bad thing towards anybody and they will come to pass. Here you get. Unfortunately, anyway, we have seen where they have brought everyone and all that. So everybody should brace up. Oh, that's the point. Oh, brace up. Those who are coming, they are not coming to make your lives better. They are coming to make their own lives even better. And that will be by stealing from you. So they can cook up a lot of lies, a lot of things that, will lead you to the same place. I don't know. For those who still have very much faith in whatever they are doing, I don't think you should have any faith in whatever they are doing. But if you do, I'm not sorry to disappoint you, right? And not that you have much to do, okay, or to change it anymore, except for those who are believing that maybe the court can change something and all that. But in the absence of that, you are on the journey of another 8 years of waste, of bloody kind of poverty, so to say. Like, that poverty that also increases crime. And what you have seen, Bokwari is a very good example of what I'm trying to tell you. Now, for those who believe that they would never probably miss Bokwari, you are missing him now, aren't you? Or not yet? Right. We'll wait. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay. And when I come back, I'll come and add a few to this. And then we can possibly take calls at some point too. Now, if you are still here, you can use a minute to like that broadcast. Don't go anywhere yet. Just kind of need to try to, wet the lungs. Sorry about that audio that usually kind of a delay. So I decided to just play along and all that. Now, I have this quick add-on I want to add to this before we kind of take calls. And this one has to do with where Tinubu and his gang are headed, especially with the state of things in Nigeria right now. I personally know, right, that they have nothing they are coming to offer you. All right? Rather, another journey, I mean, sort of an unproductive journey and waste. But there is something that I kind of also, you know, can project. And that is, even though they say Nigerians are very resilient, you know, like they are so resilient, they can adapt to anything and all that, there is an amount of adaptation that people can indeed adapt to. When things get so really bad, which is going to be, Nigeria is already in a very bad shape. And only those who are sincere to say that to you, and those who actually have the political will to want to correct it, are likely going to reduce by a tiny bit the consequences of the damages done by Buhari and his gang. But since you know that this is just a sort of political business for them, it's not about you. And that is why a lot of the criminals who plunged Nigeria into this economic ruin, as well as those who sabotaged the electoral process to bring these criminals in, I can tell you this, since they don't have any intention, or should I say, since they don't have the credibility or political will of really changing things. Okay, I'll put it this way. Before anybody who really want to revive or do anything that can look like that maybe Nigeria can have a chance of a detour from this destructive destination that APC are currently driving you to. If anybody has that intention, number one, by now, they would have arrested Bokwari, arrested Pastor Ruga, arrested at least 95% of Bokwari's minister, including Isaleko Barack Obama, Fashola. And you know why I said that? You see, whatever is happening in Nigeria today, one thing that Bokwari did was to borrow money in the name of Nigeria. And he handed it over to these rogue politicians, right? And they did what they wanted to with that. The infrastructure that could have helped, right, in improving the, should I say, in improving the country, so to say, whereby, whether it is transportation or healthcare and the rest of them, like if the investment that they did were actually like, were done, they would have kind of cut down a lot of things, especially for you, the people. But unfortunately, when they got some of this money, and the ones they printed, the ones they generated, they handed them over to the rogues, and they took what they could themselves. Now, 8 years after that, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, despite the fact that Nigeria is an oil-producing country, supposed second largest oil producer from Africa. So all this revenue, all these resources, they ended up in private pockets. People were left with nothing. Jobs were lost. Businesses were destroyed. And Nigeria ended up with debt that they will have to pay back as far as 100 years to come. Can you believe that? Eh? So if anybody really want to kind of have any tiny intention of fixing Nigeria, you start bringing these guys back and you start taking everything they have taken. I can promise you this, like, for real. If they begin to pick all of them from the senators and all of them, they can recover more than $50 billion stolen by these guys in 8 years. Yes, they can. But the intention is not to fix Nigeria. The intention is to fix themselves. By telling you or pretending that they want to fix Nigeria. So what are they going to do? What Bukwari did, they need money because that's all they're after. And they will do anything and everything. Even if they have to sell the government property as scraps, they will do them. The money won't go into what they say they will go to. It will go into their private pocket where they will need to recover and prepare for another election. That's what they do. So in the process, your schools are still going to suffer underdevelopment or poor funding. Your health sector is still going to suffer poor funding. Your infrastructures are going to suffer high interest on different loans that mostly are never going to be used for them. A lot of these are going to be what all of them are going to be working on by pretending that they are doing something, and they will be telling you to wait, give them time. Give them time. They told you to give them time under Bukwari. What happened? A lot of them ended up building palaces, buying mansions abroad, Dubai, everywhere. It's a pandemic, ordinary Leke. He became a billionaire that was so rich that he could afford to buy 4 different houses for his own 2 wives in Abuja, as well as Dubai. Like, they are still working to make Nigeria better for you. So the bottom line is this. Just welcome this new set of thieves, okay? And wait to see if you are going to survive it or not. They will tell you a lot. They will say a lot of things, making you feel like maybe they don't mean that. They don't have the capacity to fix anything. If you want to fix Nigeria or anything at all about Nigeria, a lot of those who are parading themselves as your leaders today, they would have to end up in jail. They just have to be in jail. Some of them have to be for their crime, they have to be kind of shot and killed by firing squad after being found guilty of the crimes they've committed against Nigeria. Deeper, darker than what you can imagine. And, dark-minded people like this, they don't fix country. They ruin her. And that's what they're going to do to Nigeria. I'm not projecting that on you. I'm just warning you ahead of time. Okay? Now, the more you will see them, and one thing again, like I said before, it's not what I wish or what I want that matters. It's what they do. And for knowing who they are and what they do, I can easily project where this is headed. It has nothing to do with, don't you wish this country better? They don't wish Nigeria better. They don't wish Nigeria good. They don't wish you well. Trust me, they don't. But I may not be able to change your mind on that. But I can tell you this for free as well. For years now, right, that I've been doing this. There have been some kind of, should I say, socially conditioned moguls that are praying every day. Maybe not every day, but they are hoping that they will at least have something real, effective and positive, progressive and beneficial, for real, not, and for the rest of Nigeria. For example, let's say Nigeria now has 24 hours electricity. Like now, Nigeria now have 8 refineries working and they are refining products. Nigeria no longer imports their petrol anymore. That's a win. That's something that nobody can deny if they happen. You have 24 hours electricity all over Nigeria, and it's been like that for the past 1 year. That is something that nobody can actually deny, even if they don't like if somebody like me can't deny that, okay? If you see them, if they build a standard road, properly constructed a road, not all this their fake one that they do for you, and then just for picture editing and the rest. When they do real thing that actually works for you, genuinely, nobody can deny them. But when politicians are actually like putting up lies, fraud that are costing billions of your money and hundreds or thousands of your lives, you don't turn around and say, but at least they are trying something. At least they have started the road from Okiowa to Enukoto. Maybe another one will come. That one can do it from there and there. You know what I mean? A lot of you have been looking for a win. A win. Imagine you with the follow APC Egbekegbe for the past 8 years. You have known Maiyegun for the past 10 years. And somehow you wish that by now somebody like Maiyegun shouldn't exist anymore because there is almost nothing to criticize anymore. See now, there is no Boko Haram anymore. All of those Boko Haram people, they have arrested them. They have jailed some of them. Others are still standing trial. Look at all the Boko Haram victims. They have built houses for them. They have kind of resettled all of them. There is no IDP camp anywhere in Nigeria anymore. So what is this Maiyegun talking about? What kind of progress do you want again? Now, we used to have unemployment. We only have just about 2% or 3% unemployment. Now everybody is working. Money is everywhere. You know all those things that actually touches life. Not the nonsense that you put in your head and imagination won't finish you. Nigeria is going to be great. Where are you getting that from? In your dream, Abby? Do you think your parents said the same thing? In case if you don't know. During the time of your own parents. Now you go better, than they tell themselves. Now you are here at the age of 25, at the age of 30, at the age of 40. You are now there. Anybody that says Nigeria should not be great, Nigeria will be great in our lifetime. Do you think it's about wishing it? Nigeria can't be great when you have criminals in charge of Nigeria. It doesn't work that way. A lot of you have been looking for a win. I know that. Well, look at it. Get time for the past 8 years. Maiyegun has always been right. I've always been right. Sure, you get when it comes to these guys, they are so easily predictable. What I don't understand is how some of you appear to be educated or something like that, then became so dumb that you are the ones defending these criminals. I mean, speaking grammar for them. And I know I've seen that many times. Sure, you get a lot of you, once the whole thing finally comes, once they disappoint you, because that's what they do many times, they disappoint you. You are looking for something to actually say, finally, government of Nigeria did this. Finally, they did that. You can't have that when the criminals are pretty much interested in what they can take from you. Now, taking from you may not mean something to you, but Maiyegun will explain how that affects you. So, yeah, until the day you have something, until the day that those you call your criminal leaders, until they give you something, there is no point in coming to MaiyegunsDiary Politico, masturbating in public, disgracing your family in public, defending criminals who don't wish you well in public, all because you think all the calamities happening to you, they are simply because Maiyegun doesn't like your leaders. Maiyegun doesn't like this. What about you, who love them, who like them, for all your life? It's always been disappointment after disappointment. Boko Haram gave some of you this false sense of, expectation or something. And for 8 years, you watched all of that, blew away. And there are still some of those brainwashed mugus, like you, you, that is still trying to type message to, you know what I mean? 8 years of Boko Haram and all the ruins and destruction they brought upon Nigeria. 8 years. You are wishing and hoping that you have something. So I am promising you today, all right? Because I just like I promised some of you 8 years ago, that you will suffer. You will sow a learning. And I, Maiyegun, I will be here to remind you. It's not because, I don't wish that on you. I don't. But when I look at the crop of criminals you are expecting, you are expecting to actually do something right, change your life. I can't, but kind of remind you. Eje. Now, to Japa has become a problem. I know a lot of you are trekking right now. Let me tell you this. You will begin to see offers that will tell you on how to trek in Sahara Desert. A lot of you are going to end up in Sahara Desert, looking for where and how to get out of that Nigeria. It is not something I wish on you. It is what will happen. It will happen one after the other. Here you get. It's becoming very difficult. All right? More and more difficult right now for people to even japa or get out of Nigeria now. Cost-wise, very, very expensive. With the poverty that they are already escalating, and the devaluation of your naira, even your properties are going to be sold as scraps. I'm not wishing you this, so I'm telling you what will happen to you. Look at me very well. Chimbo, by the time they finish the list of their senators, the list of their ministers, whenever they take their position and study the room and they begin to cook, waiting they won't serve you, you go shout, but your voice not go reach anywhere. Now, that is where things will get interesting. Before now, there are a lot of people who believe that, they should start protesting or they should do revolution or something. I have something to tell you. Quick one. By the time these people... Now, here is one before I get to that. Very soon, you will not see Tinubu anymore. Here you get. You will only be seeing him once in a while. Now, you'll be hearing people who are going to be talking. Shebi, you understand how you managed under Bukwari, Abi? Very soon, you will not be seeing Tinubu in public anymore. Okay? You probably won't even know where he is. So once in a while, they will bring him out and show you and say, it's fine. It's meeting with this, it's meeting with that. They will be uploading pictures. Some of them at a point, they will be uploading old photos. Because as it is, once they finish setting this whole thing up, Kolu will disappear, like Bukwari. You see, everybody will begin to now fight for territory of, who is the kitchen cabinet and who is the kitchen microwave, or which one is the toilet closet or whatever, anything. Now, all of these are going to be sending one signal to you. And that signal is going to tell you that you are fucked. Sorry for the children who are listening. That's the best way I can say it. Chongbo. Because as Bajabia Mole is saying something, Dele Alakori will say another thing. Wike may say something else. Uma, that's how you have to deal with it. Then they will be like, who exactly is in charge? Very soon you'll be asking yourselves, hello, who is in charge of this country? Like, where is Tinubu? Okay? Like, they will say something in the morning. By evening, they will tell you that, no, they didn't say it. Now, person who said it is not the one that's supposed to say it. Now, so person supposed to say it. All of that are intentional. It's not because they are stupid. It's to create that confusion. They tried it under Bukwari. You couldn't see who to blame. Do you remember that at some point, they didn't want to blame Bukwari for what is wrong with Nigeria. They started blaming people around him. They started saying, even if Bukwari approved it, maybe those around him lied to him. So Bukwari became dumb that people could lie to. Like, all these are going to be your situation. Along. And anytime Tinubu open his mouth and speak, it's going to be worse than Bukwari that called you lazy and other names during his own time and his failure, right? This one, they say things where they make you feel like, you know what? I don't want anybody to turn on Tinubu in my house anymore. Because this is your 5th television that you are breaking because of Tinubu, because you are angry. He will say things, hello farabale, hello, you know, you see all these things I'm saying to you right now. I am using the template, the same one that I used in 8 years of trying to tell you that APC, Egbekegbe, came to do 3 things. They came to steal, they came to destroy, and they came to kill. 3 things. For those who are religious, they will tell you, don't be waiting the talk, say devil can't do for this set, Satan can't do for this set, be that. Well, APC, Egbekegbe, came to do 3 things to Nigeria. They came to steal, they came to destroy, and they came to kill. Now, you see that destroy is by dividing Nigerians, okay? You see that kill is the day they will break up Nigeria completely. And all the pointers are going there. Just a matter of time, okay? Now, that may come faster. But the only thing is that Bokwari was able to do all he did because he was able to earn the loyalty of the military. So what kind of hardship, as well as a kind of corruption, as well as the kind of impunity that you are going to see in the system that will then trigger either a coup or a revolution in Nigeria? Would it survive or succeed? I mean, who would the military be loyal to? Nigerians don't know this. Since the era of Bokwari, they have changed, unfortunately, they have changed the loyalty of the military from that of the country to that of the president. Yes, they have. And that is why it is easier for the Nigeria military to mobilize tanks, soldiers into civilian territories and start what? A mini war. And during Bokwari's time, there were many wars that he coordinated against Nigerians, and there is no consequences whatsoever, ever. Okay? So would the Tinubu be able to do same, or would Tinubu's money be too much that, in fact, that will be his doom? What do I mean by that? When you flow, or well, let's say when you make the free flow of money, illicit money, bribes, to get fully into the hands of the military, and it becomes so flowing and flowing that the other junior officers will kind of get to know that, see this kind of money going around. You know, that kind of corruption like that will trigger them and say, we need to clean the house. Or is it you that will be seeing the flamboyant, luxurious life, luxury life of these your politicians who are telling you to continue to endure? You need to endure. You need to have some pain. After some pain, enjoyment is coming. The president is going to roll out this and that to you. Like, would you see all those profligacy and the rest of them that you would be the one to kind of stage the revolution or not? So would the military be unleashed on you like Bokwari did when you can no longer take it? These are questions that you can think about. They haven't happened, but they are going to happen. Okay? They're going to happen. You're going to witness something worse than NSAS. Yes, something very, very stronger than NSAS is going to happen. And those who are going to make all of this happen, they are about to take their position. Okay? You see, it doesn't take time. I remember when Bokwari was there, they used to say, give them time. Give it time. Little time. Then, when they realized that that time was like nothing is going to happen, then they switched it to body language. That even Bokwari hasn't appointed anything, but everywhere is good now. Everywhere is fine now. Everybody is obeying now. Blah, 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 blah. So when Bokwari, when that failed, or let me say when that didn't last too long, they started pressuring him to give them ministers if he didn't know what to do. So he gave them ministers. So when they gave them ministers, they jointly, they started blaming PDP for whatever people were suffering under them. 6 months after taking power, they started blaming PDP. So after a few months, that didn't work again. Blaming PDP won't really work. So they started blaming the weather. Later, they started blaming some invincible people who don't want Buhari to succeed. Those who don't love Nigeria. They are the ones who are making it difficult for Buhari to solve the problem. So they started blaming imaginary people. Later, they started blaming us, the diasporans. These people in diaspora, they always want Nigeria to, they will sit down abroad and they will be criticizing and criticizing. They want people to go and start and fight their government. We need to pray for our leaders. All these people abroad, they started blaming us, diasporans. So when that kind of didn't work, they started blaming the weather. The reason why things are bad is because of the weather. When the rainy season come, or when the rainy season go, or when the harmattan come, or when the harmattan go, when the weather didn't work, they started blaming God. Yes, they blamed God. It's God. If not, it's God that, if God wanted to, it's God that should have come and, God, God, there's nobody they didn't blame except Buhari. They did not touch him. That's how much deluded and mad. A lot of them are. Most of them are back now. Lunatics from the lunacy, back again. To sell you the same Kool-Aid, give him time. After they tell you to give them time, they will say, it was Buhari who destroyed things and they are just trying to fix it. After that, they will start blaming you, Nigerians. You are too greedy. Under Buhari, they blame Nigerians. They said Nigerians are too greedy. We Nigerians, we are just too selfish. Some of this blame, we shouldn't blame our leaders. A lot of us, we are worse than our leaders. I know that our leaders are very bad. Buhari may mean well. Buhari wanted to do something better. But we Nigerians, we are very, very evil. And that's why God is punishing us. Buhari wanted to come and do better. But you see us Nigerians, we are so evil. We are so any small thing. We want to bribe this one. Any small thing. That's how they were doing. People started blaming themselves. For insecurity, they started blaming themselves. For the economy, they started blaming themselves. We always want to live above our means. Any small thing, we always want to do party. Now we want to do this. Now we want to shake. We should live within our means. There's no money anywhere. People should live within their means. That's why they are complaining. There's no free money again. They start blaming themselves. They say, we not eat again. What do you mean you cannot eat again? I'm still eating 3 times a day. They say, Abba, eat 3 times a day. When the Congo of rice is now 1,000 naira. Something we used to buy for 150 naira. It's now 1,000 naira. Say, I knew it. President Buhari is trying to rebuild this country, and we have to sacrifice. Must you eat rice? Is it a must that you should eat rice? Why don't you just go and do wheat? Me, for example, I love semo. But you see, since change, that we want to make sure that everything is fine. Everybody live within their means. Now, cocoa they buy now. I don't buy gari anymore. I just go to the market. I buy the cocoa gari. It's very cheap. And it's very good, my brother. Cocoa gari. I buy cocoa gari. I take it home and I blend it. It become blended. That's what I eat now. But semo is my favorite when Nigeria was before APC. But now I am living within my means because President Buhari was fixing Nigeria. Why are you eating rice? Why do you eat yam? A tuber of yam is now 3,000 naira. Maiyegun, must you eat yam? Maybe it's even like imported yam. There are some Ogbomosho yam. They not be 3,500. They are just 400 naira. If you buy them, very dry. When you eat in the morning, you don't need to eat for the rest of the day. You save the money. I witnessed all of this. So people were glorifying poverty. Guess what? Those who were telling them that they are fixing Nigeria, they want to take them out of poverty and they should sacrifice. They were piling up the billions and billions of their money. They were building mansions and buying properties here and there. Omo. By the time they were done with them, a lot of those wiris, they were already part of the poverty capital of the world. So they are back again. It is their modus operandi. If you look at some of these wiris that are telling you that to give them time, they are very confident. Hope is here. Ashiwaju will do. You will not see any Ashiwaju anywhere. Majority of them get mental problem with anyone. There are so many of them abroad, frustrated. It's no easy. If you know what some of them are going through, they can't come to Nigeria anymore. And if they have to come to Nigeria, sure you get, they just have to run back here as well, else they would die within probably weeks in Nigeria. If they know they can't come back here, they will die because of whatever some of them are suffering from. Lunatics. If you meet them one-on-one, you will blame yourself for using your energy to argue with some of them on social media. You will blame yourself. I've learned my own lesson. I have met some of those your uncles and aunties abroad here in the UK. If you see some of them, in fact, I remember when I went to a party in London. I think I told you that story. And one Egbon came. At least that Egbon should be in his 50s. Somehow, I think it should be in his 50s. I can't remember his name. Okay. But when you look at him, when you see him, if they tell you that this person has been living in the UK for over 20 years, you will disagree. Yeah, you will disagree. And there are many like that. Now, what I figured out is that if you see some of them one-on-one, the life or the miserable life they actually live abroad, this abroad is like what Yoruba called buashiri. You know, some of you are in Nigeria, facing your own worst of the worst existence, okay? But if you look at some of these Lagos Sabobakus abroad, if you see some of them one-on-one, you will kind of, you will slap yourself like, oh my God, this is the person I'm speaking to. I am trying to see how I can describe them. You know, the characters that you'll be like, if they see me and this one, they talk, for example, I should be arrested for trying to kind of have a conversation with this person. You know, the character, the kind of people that you just like, why would I stand there talking to this person? They look older. I don't know what happened to them. They are not mentally sound. They look normal. Sure you get. But when you look straight into their eyes, especially if you have seen mad people before, you know, mad people, you know, like in Nigeria where you see mad people. Well, I've told you that story before as well. So I met this Egbon, right? And when he started talking, and he said, I remember I said, Tinubu is going to be the president. He's going to win. I said, fine, it's okay, Egbon. I mean, it's all right. I don't give a damn. Whether you like it or not, he's going to be I said, I don't care. But Egbon, why are you so tensed like this? Like, why? Like, that's not normal. Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? You are seeing Maiyegun and you look so angry. Why? Any mental problem ni? I think somebody was, people were there was just like, no, it's not normal. It's probably have the mental problem. I said, this is not normal. Can't you have a conversation around somebody that you probably can tell me what I don't know? Why are you so angry? Then I realized that they are like that. And it is for a reason. Sure you get. And it doesn't matter where they live. So I am like, if some of you who live in Nigeria, if you see the kind of life these guys actually live here, I'm not going to take advice from them. You know those ones they call alaye baje? I mean, there's a Yoruba for that here. There are people here in the UK that we call alaye baje. You know those ones who have become pretty much like, you know, I don't know if I should call it a kind of a recovering junkie. You know those they call junkies? Those who have kind of faced, you know, okay, maybe not just junkies like that, but recovering junkies. People like that are mostly those who actually say they defend or support. You know, when you see they are female, you know, if you see the women too. Now, when they start talking, a lot of you will be so surprised and say, this person has been living abroad for years. Wow. Wow. I have met few of them. And seriously, if not for social media, a lot of you living in Nigeria, your lives are quite better than theirs. Oh no, no. Like I said, they are just like Bo Ashiri, cover my shame. That is what I brought this to some of these guys. You know? And it's like taking an advice from mentally deranged people because they live abroad. Frustrated people who somehow they just use this social media as their own pastime. And there you are. Because they live abroad, they advise you. Tinubu is this, Tinubu will be that, and on and on and on. If you see some of them one-on-one, you will slap yourself for listening to them. Sure you get. But anyway, it's always by choice. And the consequences of those choices are kind of left to you. You know? So unfortunate, if you say. But yeah, for those of you who are there, and those of you who are fighting, so, you know, those of you can sense the danger, you can sense what this is going to be all about, and you really, really, really want to prevent it. I wish you luck. I also have advice for you. Or don't take it as advice, just opinion. I have seen these guys with what they have done with power. And I have seen all other attachments or interests around when it comes to power. And I remember telling you that these guys don't care how they get to power. Here you get, as long as they are in that power. Now, you see all these vested interests. They are those who are going to make it impossible for Kalu to be removed. I know you are keeping your fingers crossed though, but you'll get to know that it is ideal to prepare for a long haul. These guys are vicious, and when it comes to power, there's nothing they can't do. Prepare for the long haul. Long haul in the sense that there are some of them who believe that even if Kalu can no longer talk again at some point, they will keep him there. Not to your own interest, but to theirs. Okay? So we've seen the list of their technocrats, and the verdict is that, sorry guys, you are not getting out of the woods. Okay? There is no hope changing or anything. Job for the boys. They turn for others to come and chop. Wherever, you know, whatever it is that you sort of invested in all of this, whether you are a Milokon or you are Enekon Lomo, I am advising you that if expecting them to change Nigeria or kind of make things a little bit better than what they are right now is your expectation from these guys, I am advising you, okay? bury that expectation. I am prepared for the whole drama. My diary will keep all the records, and I will always be here to remind you that if all of us really care, okay, I care about Nigeria, and I'm asking you to care about Nigeria too. So caring about Nigeria and caring for Nigerians who are trapped in Nigeria today, if all of us really love Nigeria that way or care that way, please, compel on those who should know that the ideal thing to do right now is to break Nigeria up. May everybody they go their way. I'm going to say something on that too. A lot of people will tell you Nigeria can never break. Some will even taunt me, why don't you come back home and break it? I have an advice for you. If you don't want Nigeria to break, like you always confidently say it will never happen, then I advise you, tell Tinubu and the rest of them to go and surrender themselves at the nearest either military barracks or police station and say, here we are the problems of Nigeria. Arrest us and jail us on their own. Maybe there can be tamper justice with mercy. But listen to me very well. You see, the breakup of Nigeria that will happen is going to be very bloody, but it's going to be gradual. You watching me right now, you are going to campaign for the breakup of Nigeria too. You are going to be willing to die for the breakup of Nigeria. It is just a matter of time. With the characters like Tinubu, with the agenda of APC, Egbekegbe, as well as others who are also waiting in the lockout in the corner to take their turn, Nigeria is headed for one single place, and it is called perdition. Now, perdition means Nigeria will break. But you see that kind of break that will happen with the way they are going right now. Now, that kind of break of when you drop a crate of Coca-Cola, you drop a crate of Coca-Cola from the truck. Bah! You know how that kind of is going to scatter? That is what will happen. And what will contribute to the breakup of Nigeria is what is already contributing to it. Politicians love divide and rule. And this is one red line that, as horrible as your past politicians have been, they have managed never to cross that red line. APC has crossed it. 8, division, violence, and all that they have planted in your mind. They have become more grounded. Bigotry, ethno-bigotry, religious fanaticism, intolerance, and on like that. They have already ingrained them in so many people already. So give it time. Let them continue in that trajectory. It is just going to be a matter of time. You will join in that fight. You will. And that is why I'm saying, if you love Nigeria, break it up and save lives. I wish I could do that for you, and you will thank me for it. But for those of you who are unity beggars, prayer warriors, and on like that, you see these characters, you see these guys, and their policies, they are never any policy that will unite a country. Because unity is not just a word, okay? When you have greedy kleptomaniacs, that all they do is steal and steal because they can, all right? Then, and you have a country that is growing, population growing. You have a country with over 70% of them being young people, and you don't think Nigeria will break, if you continue like this. You have the jobless, Nigeria is with the highest number of jobless people on earth, highest number of poor people on earth, highest in crime when it comes to this terrorism. And those who brought about all of this, they are not stopping. They want to make more money. All these guys are going to come in and become billionaires too. shortchange you, steal from you, deny you this and that. So what do you think that's going to head? Where do you think that is headed? It's going to get to a stage. There will be nothing else to steal. Or whatever you are stealing will be valueless. You want to steal money? Oh, yeah, carry Ghana must go. The entire Ghana must go you are putting in your head. When you change the money, it's not up to $20. Do you know that they will push you there? A lot of them believe that they have assets stored and then saved all over the world in hard currencies. Of course they do anyway. So what will happen? By the time they push all of you to that brink, and you hold that naira, it is so worthless. You're going to turn around and you're going to realize that, or to make it worse, maybe by then, a lot of you would have gotten to the fanatical stage, whether you are a bigot, whether you're a tribal bigot, or whether you're a religious fanatico, whatever position you put yourself or you find yourself at the time, they would have weaponized all of that too. So do you know what's going to happen? You're going to be hunting yourself around. Yeah, it's not going to be because of any other thing other than the rage in you, triggered by poverty, triggered by hunger, all combined, weaponized by the criminals who think they are making it right now. They can hold power and do that. The end goal is that we're going to be hunting ourselves, okay? Especially now that you have over 50 armed groups in Nigeria, all right? According to the report, over 50 armed groups are currently in Nigeria with different weapons that they can wreak havoc anywhere, anytime, whenever they want. That is Nigeria. When you have corrupt security system that are not coordinated enough to prevent crime, corrupt, selfish. So what happened? Then you have criminals taking charge of what the security should prevent and all that. That's exactly what you're having right now. Those who are more interested in protecting the regime than protecting the country. So if you love Nigeria, you're going to be my friend. Somebody said earlier, when I shared a clip, and then one Wiri came there, and he happened to be, living in the UK. So he came there and he said, Maiyegun is just using the Igbos to catch crews. He's just using them to make money. Because Maiyegun knows that, he said, when the time is right, Maiyegun as a Yoruba man is going to what? Is going to support Tinubu. So I went there. This was on Facebook. So I went there and I click on his profile. And So under it, I've seen people commenting like, you are mad, you are stupid. So all that is happening in Nigeria now is Cruzabi. So is it the Igbos, the Igbos only that are affected? So you are crazy. People are commenting, you are stupid. Look at this one. Look at his head. So I just went there and I checked his profile and I was like, now, sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize to you. This guy ran away from the asylum where they are treating him. I actually know the guy. He's a madman here, right? But they call them madman because it's like discriminating. You are discriminating when you call them, say, this one a madman, on colos, right? So here it's kind of discriminatory. So I was like, guys, no vex. So the guy ran away from where they treat him new. We don't look for him. So when he ran away, that's why he came here. Can't they cause problem here? Can't they comment nonsense? So now Lusham, the way they deal. If you go Lusham under bridge, you'll see him there, but we'll go catch him and return him back to where he's receiving his treatment. There are many here. There are many people who ran away from where they should be receiving treatment. Things are happening in Nigeria. And it is not limited to any particular part of Nigeria. Everybody is affected, including those who you should call your own family members too. Everyone is affected. And this guy with, what do you call it? Is a Pandora head. He came there and all he saw was that Maiyegun is just using the Igbos. Maiyegun is just this and that. And I'm like, when would you guys actually kind of learn? Don't listen to mad people because they live abroad. Okay? Just take a look at your life. You are living in Nigeria, for example, and somebody abroad comes and abuse Maiyegun. You living in Nigeria, you go under the post and you say, thank you, Jare, my brother. Thank you, Jare, my brother. He will never say anything good about this. Somebody who is abroad is abusing Maiyegun because of what he's saying about the criminals who are destroying your lives in Nigeria. You go under there. We really go under there to go and say, thank you, Jare, sir. Thank you, ma. At least you are abroad. I don't know why it cannot be like you. You want me to be like the lunatics? Stand down, Fumbi. People that are receiving treatment here. A lot of you, AB, hunger has kind of turned your head. In case if you don't know, if you get too hungry, you can run mad. Yeah, you can lose your mind. Why ya were giddy like were? Yeah, were correct were. Let's say, section. Here we section them here too. A lot of them are frustrated people that for years they have been looking. Some of them have been looking for years for their own what do they call them? Asylum or papers. Waiting this UK don't show some of them. They don't run mad before they finally gave them the papers. These are now the people on social media. You will see them 45 years old on TikTok. I know myself. In my life, anybody cannot talk to me like that. I am a very big boy. Do you know how much money I make? Do you see this watch? 45 years old man in London on TikTok talking to 18, 17 years old people. Lunatics. Some of them, they told them, see, for you to begin to maintain your madness, go on social media, interact. They can't enter social media. You in Nigeria, they face shege. You they see one lunatic abroad because he's living abroad. For year, people wear mad, know they wear dirty clothes too. Seriously, if you're expecting somebody who is mad to be wearing dirty clothes and be putting on a basket, on their and say, that one I'm mad, we don't get them here. Mad people, they dress nice, wear lovely aftershave. Are you with me? But they receive treatment. And when you get closer to them, you see that say, but it looks nice. How come they allow them to see that you are in the UK? This is America for here. Even weary people, they go sit down normally. Those are the people you can't see on social media that they are commenting everywhere, telling you Tinubu will change Nigeria. You click their profile, they are abroad, they are in America. A lot of them have been frustrated. At the age of 55, they are arguing on social media, defending Kolu, and you think that is normal because they are wearing suits, because they are beautiful. You can see their family. We don't go because they below money. If you see some of them, will tell you. Say, I can't miss medication. Go and check your daddy. I hope your daddy is not on social media because he hasn't used his medication for the past 2 days. So he may be there now, start causing all this, or advising people. He's a madman. Go and collect your daddy's phone. We have them here. And when I look at some of you from Nigeria, I just feel like a lot of you actually listen to some of them. When it comes to this APC madness, you listen to them. But by the time the shege started touching you, you started messaging them, they locked their accounts. You can no longer DM them. You can no longer message them. Now you are now having to go onto their social media and say, sir, please check your inbox, sir. Sir, I just messaged you, sir. Please, sir. Say Ashiwaju is the most brilliant. Ashiwaju is going to Shekineko. You go under their post. Somebody abroad, you go under their post and you say, thank you, God bless you, sir. And that's why I like to listen to you, sir. I don't like listening to other people who are abroad, who are always talking nonsense about Nigeria. But for you, sir, you are always inspiring us. When the AB catch you, when the shege touch you, you can't ask her, sir, please check your inbox. I sent you a message, sir. Sir, please, sir, I've been messaging you for the past 2 weeks, sir. Sir, it's very urgent, sir. I need your help, sir. I don't usually do this, sir. But it's because you are my mentor. I said I should come out. You're now doing that. We remember sorrow. A lot of you don't know, but It's all right. Here you get. It's all right. I see some of them here. Apart from the one we Conte, I was like, Egmo, I need help. Hello, get help. I said, Egmo, we did relocate to Nigeria when Tinubu become president. In fact, what would you do in Nigeria when Tinubu become president? Would you just go and start collecting your own? Because it looks more like an Agbero. Those Agbero from Lagos who got it. There are many in London. If you go to London, you think you are probably in Oluwole, or you are in Lagos Island, or you are somewhere in Oshodi. Seriously. Real thugs. Here you get now. Real thugs, like complete lunatics who have no idea about governance, politics, or anything. But the fact that, they had people who actually listened to them. What do? They kind of feel better. I see them around. So the bottom line is this. Anyone who is telling you that Tinubu is coming, or is bringing people that will come and do something and they will come and check, Baba, that person don't mean well for you. Even though me, I don't get any advice for you, because there's no way I can help you. Are you with me? But it is ideal for me to tell you what is coming. Businesses are going to fold. Jobs are going to be lost. Poverty is going to skyrocket. Corruption is going to be the order of the day. Criminals are going to be those in charge of what really matters in that country. Criminals will be in charge of your institutions. By the time they finally settle down, you will understand why Tinubu and Agberos in Lagos, why they lasted this long. You'll see it. I don't know. But some said that maybe the tribunal will save them. I shouldn't believe tribunal will save you, Abi. I will keep saying amen to that too. Because, you see, not because I have any dog in your fight, but for what I have seen and what I can see happening, I would gladly join you to say amen. Make judiciary save you. Sure you get now. That's the reason why I'm going to say amen. Make them save you. I pray you, they pray. But judiciary cannot save itself right now. Talk less of saving Nigeria from what is coming. Just brace up. When I say brace up, it simply means that a lot of things will happen spontaneously. And they are going to happen based on the actions of these guys. They're going to talk down on you. Hello. They are going to say things that a lot of you will read the headline and will be like, God damn it, man. This guy's no retors. They're going to provoke you. In fact, for those who are saying that it's going to lead to fight, it's going to lead to this, we are going to start protest and all of that. You see, by the time they are done with you, a lot of you will not have strength to even kind of fight. Sure you get? I'm not saying all of you. A lot. A lot of you will still have strength right now. That you are using that strength to defend Kolu. Or you are using that your own strength to push and say judiciary under trial, judiciary on trial, judiciary under watch, and all those things that you are saying. By the time they are done, some of you will be too weak to fight. The hunger is already spreading. I just hope. I just hope that whatever is going to trigger you should happen now. That you have to still have that kind of energy to, say, we no go agree. But apart from that, you are now welcome to Shege Bansa, which is the Egmo next devil. It started with change. Then it moved on to next level, next devil. Now the Alibaba and his 40 thieves, 28 of them have been nominated today. We are waiting for the complementary list, the VC list. When they finally put all of that together, it will be a grand welcome to Shege Bansa. Look at them, listen to them, tell me, Have you heard any brilliant idea at all on how they want to get you out of this whole thing? Apart from all those things you are making up in your head. Maybe they should do this. Maybe they should do that. Have you heard them clearly explain to you what they want to do and how they want to do that to get you out of where they have put you now? They brought this guy in and said it's going to be your acting CBN, Central Bank Governor. Now, the guy they brought in, they can't make him Central Bank Governor. Emefiole, the one that they are currently throwing under the bus, Emefiole can only be removed by the 2/3 of the National Assembly, which is the Senate. So, Kolu will need to write them to remove Emefiole. He can't remove him, and he can't appoint anyone else until Emefiole is gone, I believe. But it's a lawless place, so he may not have to do all of that too. So they said part of the reasons why they are shaking Emefiole down is that they want him to resign. Here you get, they want him to resign because Tinubu cannot sack him. He can only suspend him. It's only the National Assembly that can sack him. So since Emefiole is not resigning, it's making it difficult for Tinubu to appoint another governor. Okay? And they said that is what the Daura Secret Service, the Dokbemu Stupid Service are doing, trying to force him to resign. But they said Emefiole himself is negotiating that. He knows that once he resigns, they don't need him anymore. And they can easily deal with him with whatever they have in plan. So they must assure him that they're not going to touch him. They will let him just go and let him just leave him. If he resigns, and they can just have all their stuff and all that. Again, you may not take my word for it. Okay? So they brought in this guy and said, oh, it's going to be your central bank governor. Remember? You have an acting one, supposed, right? Okay. Now, the acting one came out and said, the policy of Tinubu is to stop multiple, to stop a multiple exchange rates. All right? And to stop that, they have decided to float the naira or float whatever, I don't know. So everybody should go and look for dollars to buy or sell at whatever price they want so that the market forces will now control that and the price will begin to fall down. That was the lie they told you. Today, the forex market has tumbled. Nigeria is about to go to recession. I'm talking about a serious downgrade of whatever is left of Nigeria is currently ongoing. Seriously ongoing. Now they have retraced. Like I said, it's all going to be trial and error, Abi. So they came back and said, no, we didn't say we want to unify the exchange rate. Oh. No, we didn't say that. Oh. Of course you did. You increased your exchange rate from supposed official 450 naira to $1. You increase it to 650 naira to $1. Then you increase it to 700 naira to $1. Like official. So what do you mean by you are not trying to have a single exchange rate anymore? Didn't you campaign that you want to have a single exchange rate? Why are you changing that? They've changed it to, ladies and gentlemen. They said they didn't say that. They didn't say they want to have a single, no. What they said was that the market force would decide what the exchange rate will be. Now, the market force don't decide that more. Because today, a pound sterling is now over 1,120 naira to a pound sterling. Okay, 1,106 naira to pound sterling. $1 is already over 900 naira as you are watching this video. 902 naira, 903 naira to $1. Euro is already over 1,000 naira too. 1,040 naira to euro. 1,106 naira to a pound. 906 naira to $1. All of this within 2 months of APC, Tinubu. So the monetary policy don't jam Agbako. Almost every policy that Tinubu announced, that they are forcing you to be singing this. They say, oh, yeah, sing now. Look at all the move. Subsidy, gone. Can you come? Like, all of them are those who have actually pushed you into further poverty. So tell me, which of their policy gone? Do you really think it's coming to... Oh, my shield. Oh, my shield. Anyway, I am going to leave all of you. I was going to take calls earlier, but I just felt like I'm just going to talk, and I did. That's what I do, okay? My program is unscripted. I just speak my mind. Just say everything I know. And you don't have to take any word of mine serious. Everything I said, you don't have to take them serious, okay? Just don't pretend that I didn't say them, all right? And then wait for the reality to prove me right. And then maybe you'll remember that Maiyegun did tell you, if they are telling you to be hopeful, there's nothing wrong in being hopeful, okay? I mean, the reason why a lot of us are where we are, right? In fact, the reason why we are still alive is because there's something, right, that we love, that we hope, that we can actually probably achieve or keep, safeguard, or something like that. You know, there's always something that keeps us around. The day you feel like there's nothing anymore in this world that is of interest to you, from that moment you may begin to look suicidal, right? That means you probably may kill yourself because of you don't find anything anymore that is hopeful. So hope is a very good thing, and hope is there's a definition that said hope is the creation of man, right? Just to be able to have a purpose, kind of a purpose. Is that deep? No, but you get what I mean. Like, there's nothing wrong in being hopeful about something, having hope, building on it, and then chasing it and achieving them. Do you understand? But what is not right is you having hope in APC. You dey crazy, ni? Sorry, I mean, sorry, like you dey mad, ni? And you don't know. APC talk about hope. You can't talk say you get hope. In APC, egbe. What they say to you, and you believe that. I'm not saying you are mad, though. I'm only asking, no, show mad in it. Well, I'll leave you to it. Now your hope no be mine. Somebody will be like, Maiyegun, is it your hope? You are right, it's not mine. I won't have such when I am actually not a self-hating idiot. But again, we all have our choices. At least where we are given those choices. And we all have our brains. I just implore you to use yours. You get what I mean? Because if you don't use your brain, somebody else will use them for their own agenda. And you will be the loser as well as the victim of whatever they are up to. I've done my part. Maybe every day, Pastor, they cure mad people. Will come for deliverance. As for you, the brethren, I have fed you today with the word that is called the truth. They don't have to make sense right away. And if they already make sense to you, you don't have to accept them right away as well. Remember, you can take your time, okay? And, and review. One mistake you should never do, and this is just an advice, do not ever find yourself in a position where you begin to say, maybe they will even do better. What if maybe God, once you get to that stage, you have destroyed all my efforts. Or this while. I'm talking to you, the brethren. If you ever, for any reason, begin to doubt what you know, that you begin to feel like maybe and maybe, you have already failed. from your deliverance. God will deliver all of you and all of us all together. But remember this, for every choice we make, there is always going to be consequence and consequences of such. Now, if you are independent enough to make your choices, stick to them and stick to the to the consequences of such actions. Do not deviate and do not try to pass it on. Because the moment you begin to take responsibility for your actions, your decisions, including your political decisions, and you begin to see the consequences of such decisions, just maybe you are likely not going to make them again. And that is why you are on MaiyegunSDiary Politico. The sermon tonight is this: their list is not a list that is because of you. It is a compensation list. It is a pensioners list. And none of them is coming to serve you. They are coming to make your life hell. Enjoy all of the drama that surrounds it. When you finish enjoying it, watch my video from the beginning again. And the next time I see you, it's going to be about more updates. I'll leave you to that. And thank you for your time. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
MaiyegunDiary, Diary Politico.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe.